Are you considering renting a home in the Villages, Florida long-term rather than buying? Finding the right rental in the Villages can feel nearly impossible when prices are so high.
Welcome to our channel. We are David and Christy, and we rented a home full-time in the Villages for 2 years before buying a new home here. We'll tell you what worked for us and what it really is like renting in the Villages, Florida.
In this video, we'll dive into rental availability, the amenities you're entitled to use, and what it's really like being a long-term renter opposed to buying a home here.
One of the biggest hurdles when considering renting in the Villages is rental availability. Typically, it is difficult to find reasonably priced rentals, but in a weak real estate market like we have right now, you may actually be able to find a long-term rental situation for a fair price.
The market currently is showing slower home sales and longer days on market statistics according to the MLS and VLS. Basically, it's now more difficult to sell a pre-owned home in the Villages, so some homeowners may be willing to rent their home long-term rather than sell at a lower price.
Another option is to rent an apartment. There are plenty of new apartment buildings being built just outside the Villages. The problem is they do not give you access to the pools, executive golf courses, and recreation centers where the true lifestyle of the Villages is.
However, you are able to enjoy the live music and events at the public town squares, dine in the restaurants, shop in the retail stores, and golf at the championship golf courses. For a fee, of course.
Of course. You just can't get there by golf cart.
2 years ago, when we looked for a rental house within the Villages, it took us about 3 months of digging through many different website listings, numerous emails and phone calls to finally find a reasonable priced unfurnished rental with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. But a golf cart was not included. Being able to drive a golf cart from place to place through the heart of the Villages is one of the best things about this place.
Oh, I agree. Of course, you can rent a golf cart or rent a furnished house. Most of the listings we found were very expensive short-term rentals during the high season in the winter months, with an average price of about $4,000 a month or more. If it is a larger home with a view or a pool or maybe a better located neighborhood, it's going to cost you a little more. If you're looking for a long-term lease now, you'll probably have better luck and may find prices to be more reasonable.
Many homeowners buy homes here and then turn around and rent them out. It may be their future retirement home, a vacation home they can only visit for 2 months out of the year, or it's purely for investment purposes.
Airbnbs and short-term rentals are allowed in most neighborhoods, but not all. We finally found a reasonable, unfurnished rental located in the middle section of the Villages online at Trulia.com. We paid around $1,800 a month with a 1-year lease agreement, and our $195 a month amenity fee was included. We paid our own utilities and for landscaping maintenance like mowing and edging.
If you're having trouble finding a long-term rental, try contacting rentals listed on Airbnb or VRBO and send the listing member a message asking if they would consider a long-term rental agreement.
There's a lot of competition in the rental market right now, and some folks may be having trouble renting short-term, especially during the hot summer months. They may be willing to work with you.
If this is helping you, hit subscribe. We made a 3-part video series on renting in the Villages that goes into a lot more detail about finding a rental, the pros and cons of renting, and tips on negotiating your lease. You'll find it at the end of this video.
Renting in the Villages gives you the opportunity to really live as a villager and sample all the activities and events to see if you really would enjoy living here. It was a great way to be able to take our time and learn our way around. We found out where things were located in terms of what was important to us to be close to and what we wanted to avoid.
We knew we wanted to live near one of the 4 town squares with live music at each of them 365 days a year. It was also important for us to live near a retail area. We didn't want to have to drive more than 10 minutes to find a grocery store, UPS store, or restaurants.
Like any other large residential area, you'll notice as you drive around that the Villages has some areas with traffic backups. Getting onto the turnpike can take much longer than you expect, and there's all kinds of new construction going on.
While we were renters, we discovered where the water treatment plants were located, the landfill facility, the leach field, and the federal prison, places you might not want to live right next to.
Or in. Many of these places are well hidden and are incorporated nicely into the landscape. We also didn't want to live too close to a noisy pickleball court or the turnpike. So renting gave us the time to drive around and get a real feel for where everything was at.
A great thing about living in the Villages is that you can stay active all day long with biking, swimming, water volleyball.
There's tennis, pickleball, bocce, shuffleboard, fitness classes, a climbing wall, even an air gun and an archery range. You name it, it's here.
It's a great place to meet new people and make new friends.
The Villages also has a strong focus on community, with fundraising events, golf cart parades, and local festivals throughout the year.
Don't let her pick any. Didn't you see The Wizard of Oz?
Exactly, I slapped her hand. Putting on your blue dress, your hair falls perfect on your shoulders. Notice how we both have gotten older.
But you may be asking yourself, as a renter, can I enjoy all these amenities too?
Yes, you can. When you sign a lease for a long-term rental property, the homeowners transfer their privileges of the use of the amenities to you. So now, as a renter at that residence, you are entitled to those privileges.
The Villages have an amenity fee, which is around $200 a month per household, not per person. That provides you with free access to many of the facilities like the pools, some of the golf courses, and pickleball courts, just to mention a few. The amenity fee must be paid monthly to the Community Development District, along with water, sewer, irrigation, and trash collection fees.
The homeowner is issued a bill each month. As a renter, you'd need to address all of these costs with your landlord within your lease.
They're negotiable. There is a $50 fee for the transfer from the owner to you as the renter, and then you will be issued an ID. You have an ID number and a PIN and be able to use all the facilities just like any other homeowner.
You're not considered a guest. You are basically a temporary resident. You can go to the pools, rec centers, play golf, and join classes or clubs.
You can also request guest passes for your friends and family to visit. The passes are free.
Your landlord will explain how and where to get your ID in order to give you this resident status.
Some people may notice a difference in your card as it's colored brown, not green, and it does not have a picture of you on it. It gives you resident status just as if you were a homeowner. This was never a problem in the 2 years that we rented.
But socially, you are different being a renter rather than being a homeowner. In most social situations, people are friendly and tend to ask you where you live, which village you live in, and how long have you been here, and if you are a snowbird who typically lives up north and is in the Villages during the winter months.
There's a lot of snowbirds. Most of our neighbors where we rented had lived here for over 15 years. They were friendly with many of their neighbors, but they knew we lived in a rental house. They were hoping that we had bought the house when we moved in. They were all very nice neighbors, but we were still renters in their eyes.
When someone learned that we were just renters, they naturally shied away from us, thinking we may only be there a week or two. So in time, we started to explain that we were full-time residents renting but buying when we were ready, a more acceptable status.
Lifestyle adjustments are an important factor too. It's a big change moving to any new place, especially if you're leaving behind friends and family. People often wonder if they'll be able to find their niche and make new friends.
We found out by talking to other residents that their experience living in the villages was more fulfilling when they finally bought a new home and moved into a brand new neighborhood.
People typically have the same problems with their homes, bond together over common neighborhood issues, and schedule many social gatherings from the very beginning to get to know their neighbors.
We can now say that this is true. The experience of buying a new home brings you closer into the community.
We made an 8-part series about our buying experience entitled House Hunting. You can click on it at the end of this video or in the description below.
We're happy we rented first because it gave us time to learn all about the villages and decide where to live.
As homeowners, we now have more of a sense of belonging with our village neighbors and have made many new friends.
Longtime residents have told us over time, your village really feels like a family, but you have to do your part as well and get out there by participating, socializing, and finding friends through common interests.
Like happy hour. Renting long-term in the villages can be a way to live the dream without the full commitment of buying. While there are challenges to consider, the benefits of community, amenities, and lifestyle make it an attractive option. If you're thinking of making the villages your home, do your research, be prepared for the lifestyle adjustments, and get ready to enjoy everything the villages has to offer.
Have you rented long time in the villages or maybe another retirement community? What was your experience like? We'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and share your story with us. Click here to see more videos on renting or watch our series about buying a house in the villages. Thanks for watching.
Catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side. Catch you on the flip side. So goodbye.
Okay, that's it. I've had enough.